How many times have you gone down the same street and suddenly you see something for the first time? What is it that triggered that insight? Derive, drift, was defined as, I quote, a mode of experimental behavior linked to the conditions of urban society, a technique of transient passage through varied ambiences. Psycho-geography meant, quote, the study of the specific effects of the geographical environment, consciously organized or not, on the emotions and behavior of individuals.
I usually don't walk this way, so I guess there's a bit of a drift in that I am going to the mall, walking.
Do you notice anything different about downtown?
I mean, I always notice something different about downtown, or about every time I go somewhere that I don't often go. I mean, I feel like the less you go somewhere, the more pronounced the differences are, like weather, like birds, people, cars.
Is it making you think any differently? Like different things that you see, are they triggering different emotions, responses, thoughts?
I suppose, yeah. But I don't know if this particular exercise is what's causing those thoughts or just what I happen to be noticing. Maybe I'm noticing them more because of the exercise. Or the things that are actually causing those thoughts, emotions.
Some people have asked, why are we going to go see the 300? It's not because Zizek endorsed it last night. It's not because the Iranian government has lodged an official note of protest. It's not because we are potentially looking at the most racist film that's come down the pike. And it's not because it made $70 million first weekend, topping every other film but maybe The Matrix. The reason why we're going to see it is because it represents right now, I think, the cutting edge of aesthetic technology.
So what I heard is that like most comic book movies try to make the fake look real, so they'll try to make it look like Superman's really flying or Batman's like really kicking ass, but 300 makes the real look fake.
Every major critic, Washington Post, Time Magazine, New York Times, Tony Scott in the New York Times, even in the various press in Europe, they pan this film for being too much a fantasy, even though it's based on a graphic novel.
I'm not too worried about it being historically inaccurate. I can understand why it would upset people. You know, I actually read somewhere that like Xerxes was actually a really good guy, and his grandfather was a really good guy. And the Greeks weren't angels, but whatever.
This is where we fight! This is where they die!
It doesn't look like anything else except us killing some Arabs. That's what I said.
In lipstick.
But more, yeah, in lipstick. And that they look like women is more important.
Right.
But maybe homoerotic men, possibly.
Men, yeah.
And lesbians. The lesbians are key.
Yeah.
The lesbians are evil and
the thing is, though, were those lesbians? Because a lot of those women were actually mad.
enslaved.
A lot of them were actually mad.
The freaks, all the freaks that are
In that room.
cross-gendering and all of them are all in this room.
Herodotus does write about the Persians being very effeminate. They did wear eye makeup.
Well, right, but I mean, the Persians, there's something wrong with looking feminine? Is that what we're trying to say
No,
here?
it did for
or
Greeks.
Evil?
No,
or...
it did for the Greeks.
But in a throne, they were
Yeah,
also
but
clean.
you're all equating, either way we're equating like Persian, feminine, evil, dictator. Kill them all.
We will stand and fight and die. A new age has begun. an age of freedom. And all will know that 300 Spartans gave their last breath to defend it.
The concept of freedom, in the sense that they're using it in that movie and in Hollywood movies, did not exist in Greece at that time. Like, that's an enlightenment concept of freedom.
It's not a historical film.
Oh,
it's a remake
yeah.
of a comic book.
Yeah.
So it's still awesome.
I think critiquing is for questioning what kind of messages we're mass producing on a mass scale, and I think in this movie, it's a question of reproducing hatred over and over and over again on a grand scale. And I think critiquing that is questioning the images that we're being spoon-fed.
That this commercialism, the ubiquity of the image, the sort of reduction of everything into representational forms, has made it exceptionally difficult for us to experience the world as unique, as a world of opportunity, as a world that we help create, that doesn't create us. What are we doing? We are part of this process of deception.